but you did.
And what was it? Yes.
And what was it?
Who are you?
Hi, I'm Michael Mandel.
And I'm not Mark Steffen, but he is.
And welcome to Double Talk.
And we're here to entertain you for the next 4 hours.
What do you mean we?
Well,
I'll be here for the next 28 minutes and 30 seconds.
If we can't entertain you, today...
Nobody can?
Today, yeah, nobody is capable of doing that, except for the amazing number of things that are going on in Las Cruces this very weekend of which we speak.
This really isn't an entertainment show. It's more of an infotainment program, wouldn't you say?
Well, everybody knows it's not an entertainment show.
Well, not when you're on.
Yes.
But today...
Here's one of my... Here, get somebody to take my place.
Don't do it.
Careful,
because they'll take you up on it.
Okay.
As well they should.
So what's going on today?
God, a lot of things going on this weekend, aren't there?
Yes, and they have been going on.
It's a maelstrom right now in Doña County this weekend.
I heard that you saw the Charlie Daniels band last night. And, they were
spectacular. And they were playing at the Las Cruces Music Festival going on.
It doesn't look like that. That's more like Woodstock.
It's the second or third year now it's been going on. It's getting bigger and better every year.
Charlie
Daniels Band was a headliner downtown Las Cruces. And it's going on today and tonight, downtown Main Street.
Who's on tonight?
There's two stages going on
Carrie
tonight.
Ann, somebody.
Bree Bagwell's on tonight, one of our local country western performers.
Are you sure about that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it's going on bigger and better.
Go to their website.
It's windy. It's windy. You have to fight the wind, but that's the time of the season it is.
And what else is going on?
Well, also this weekend, I mean, really,
this is what I like.
Downtown is busy.
I love wine.
Good. I like peaches.
Well, there's no peach festival.
Downtown Las Cruces right now, you got the Farmers and Grants Market going on this morning.
Oh yes, well we know that.
And the Border Book Festival is going on downtown right now. Also,
yes,
they're over in the Mesquite District at Klein Park. And in fact,
who's that named after?
What you can do, it's not too late. Go down to the Farmers and Crafts Market down there on Main Street. Check it out. Do whatever you do there. Then from there you can walk up to Mesquite Street to the Border Book Festival.
You can buy food there. Yeah.
Take advantage of all the things there are to see at the Border Book Festival.
We have a picture, I think, of Denise Chavez. Don't we?
Mm-hmm.
I think we jumped ahead, but we have a picture of Denise Chavez. Cue Denise Chavez.
She's the queen of the Border Book Festival.
Has been for the last 20 years or so.
Their new office is up on Tornillo Avenue, where they've moved from ASEA. And that's the center of operations up there.
I think the theme of this show is corn, or as they call it,
maíz.
Maíz.
Right. And while you're up here in the Mesquite District, there's a number of art galleries you can pop in on and visit, look at the art that's there to see. And
isn't that coffee place that sells the coffee on the downtown mall? Their new place,
right next to
La Nueva Casita.
Yeah, I dropped in there. I actually got some coffee there the other day.
Did you buy coffee or coffee beans?
Coffee.
Well,
coffee. They don't have their license yet. They don't have their health permit, so they can't serve milk with your coffee. You have to have little containers.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
They're making the best. They're making do with the best they can.
Yeah, I was at a restaurant on my trip. When I was away.
Yes.
And I asked for coffee, and the guy said, "Do you want water with that?" I said, "Well, how else do you make coffee?"
Anyway, just take the grounds with you.
Yeah, I'll just chew it from here.
And
you skipped this. Okay. Anything else you wanted to say about the Border Book Festival? We used to be there.
It's been on for 15 years or more.
It's been a long time. But they have famous authors. They have books for sale. Those of you who are watching TV now probably don't remember when books were very common in this world.
Remember reading?
Yeah. But they decided, the government said people were getting paper cuts, so we outlawed books.
But there are still books down there to be had. There will be authors.
Authors to sign your books?
Well-known authors to sign your books. There will even be readings from books. And books for sale, but there will be book vendors. Mm-hmm. So it's one more interesting thing you can do in Las Cruces this weekend.
And if that doesn't tickle your fancy.
What else?
You could go have wine at the La Viña Wine Festival down in La Viña, New Mexico.
Yes.
Better known as La Union.
Down like La Union.
La Union.
Yep.
People get together, they drink. It's supposed to be windy all weekend, so wherever you go, there's going to be wind. You're not going to stay inside because it's too nice.
So you might as well do fun things.
All right, put on your little anti-pollen mask and look like Japanese.
Dust. Yes.
And go walk around. You can lift it up, drink wine. There's music down there too, so it's pretty active.
Take a nice cruise down the valley. You could buy wines
It's a
there.
nice trip.
Local wines, by the way.
Well, local, because La Viña is a local winery. They only do La Viña wines, and La Viña has been doing more and more wines. They do the, what is it, Rojo Loco, I think. Red crazy wine. Anybody who has to use names like that, I'd be wary of. But they also have, you know, the regular wines, Cabernets, I guess, Tempranillos.
Chardonnay. Do you plan on going down there?
I was thinking about it perhaps tomorrow, which would be
Sunday.
Sunday, yes.
Till probably about, what, 4 o'clock you think it might?
Till I've had enough wine.
Till you've had enough wine.
Yes.
And then have somebody drive you home.
I get sober very quickly because the world shocks me into sobriety.
Do you go down there and buy bottles of wine?
I probably won't.
Is it cheaper there or than, say, at a wine store?
It's probably the same price.
About the same price?
Yeah.
Unless it's on sale at a Walgreens.
No, well, I think they do sell at Walgreens. I'm sure they have La Viña wines at Toucan and probably a place in Mesilla,
And
across from the Fountain Theater.
Oh, yes, right.
That place.
And maybe
they
at Kelly
probably have it
Liquors?
at who?
Kelly Liquors?
That's a good question.
They should.
I passed Kelly Liquors the other day, meaning today, and I'm thinking, would I ever go back there?
Yes,
Would you ever go back there?
If I didn't have to go up
That ridiculous exit ramp to get out.
That's
it's a
why
45-degree
That's
angle.
why when I left, I went out the entrance.
I think I would too, but I can see a problem in that.
It is a problem. Bad planning.
Really, you're making a new building. I'm
kinda-
still complaining about it.
Yeah.
However, Natural Grocers. Did we talk about Natural Grocers last week?
Well, we did mention
I
it.
missed the opening because we were away.
That's right. I didn't. I was there.
And you like Natural Grocers? I think people say the prices are better.
I think it's a good thing for Las Cruces. I wasn't that impressed with the produce. Although it is all organic, which you can't say about Toucans.
But Toucans, you know.
Toucans only has a handful of organic items.
Well, then you buy those.
Natural Grocers does, and it's cheaper than Toucans.
Really?
My beef is
You don't have any beef.
there's no place in this town to buy organic corn on the cob. And I surely miss that.
Why don't you grow your own?
Because that's the only
it's
kind
really
of corn I
easy to
eat.
grow corn.
Well, you have to.
Most of it grows on the cob anyway.
Where are you going to get the seeds?
You go to a vegetable store. You go to a gardening store and get corn seeds. How hard is that?
You have to get organic corn seeds. You don't want Monsanto nightmare corn seeds that are
online.
genetically
I'm sure you
modified
can get it.
organisms.
No GMOs.
Not on my plate.
Organic and GMO. Does organic eliminate the use of GMO? Because GMO doesn't mean the same thing. Organic just means you've only used organic fertilizers in growing them and you've not used
Pesticides.
So that's all it means. GMO is a whole nother can of worms.
And I will not eat non-GMO corn produced by
You will
Monsanto.
not eat GMO corn.
I will not eat it.
You will not eat GMO, not non-GMO.
No.
Oh, are we on Earth Day? Because we're speaking about corn. I would plant, if you get these non-GMO organic kernels, I would put them in Earth. That's what Earth Day is about.
Well, there's laws afoot, and to me, it's going to be state by state that manufacturers have to label their products GMO and non-GMO.
Yes, but GMO has never been proven to turn anybody into an android or to mutilate their DNA structure.
No, but it has been proven to cause health problems.
No, it hasn't.
And we don't.
What
and
health
why
problems?
take the risk?
What health problems? What health risk? Most things have genetically modified themselves over the years. Everything we eat is genetically modified.
No, but not
by themselves into weirdness.
Do you know why corn and soybeans have been genetically modified?
So they could corner the market.
No, corner the market.
Corner.
Corner. So that they can take more insecticides sprayed on them without dying.
Well,
that's why they've done it. So you're eating corn that's sprayed with more toxins than they should be.
Well, they are actually Roundup proof is what they did.
Right, so you're eating Roundup.
Wouldn't you? No, you're not eating Roundup.
Yes, it's systemic.
It's not in
the corn.
It's a gene to keep them alive while they're being sprayed with Roundup.
Yes,
so
they can spray more on them.
Wouldn't you like to live if you were sprayed with Roundup? By eating these corns, you would be
genetically modified.
You'd be genetically modified, so you could live through a Roundup. In case they come over your house spraying Roundup, you will survive.
I think you've been genetically modified.
I think so.
For years.
I think so. Start up. Anyway, Earth Day. That's a whole different thing. I mean, that's ecologically responsible people And that's going to be where? Young Park?
Young Park is going to be a big thing going on there.
Well, right today, isn't it?
It's today, going on today. This is Earth Day celebration time. Go to Young Park. In fact, you can take your glass bottles with you to Young Park. You can recycle them there, and they're going to be you will see
watch them being crushed.
in action, the glass crusher, crushing the glass into small pellets for recycling.
For our glass recycling, which is going to be new, and this is like the kickoff, all your color, it's segregated. They're segregating the
Green,
glass.
amber,
you know,
and clear.
I thought we got rid of segregation a long time ago.
Not when it comes to glass.
So with glass, you must segregate it. What
Yes.
if you have an odd color? What's that? Blue
purple.
glass. What if you have Blue Nun Riesling bottles? Where do you put the blue grass?
I would put it with
Between the yellow and the green?
Yeah. So you can ask that question at Earth Day today.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
The experts will be there, and it's true. Glass recycling is on its way to Doña Ana County finally.
As in addition to, we cannot say that Target does the recycling in Doña Ana County. They collect it and then they take it to
shipped
Phoenix
off
or
to 'em
someplace.
wherever.
But we will be doing glass recycling and
Doing our own crushing of it.
we're going to be using the glass for what? Decorative backyards? What is that going to be?
They can mix it with pavement. They can
right.
make more glass bottles out of it.
More glass bottles. So, not here, they're not going to do that. But if you mix it with pavement and you're riding your bike and you can skin your knee and get a really
No, it's
same as
they're not sharp at that point.
Oh, they soften it, huh?
And at some point you'll be able to buy. If you lose an eye, you could actually get a recycled glass eye.
Well, that's conscious of the economy. Yes, a recycled glass eye. I probably have to worry about that. I can never keep track of my eyes. So, Glass Day is here with the onset of Earth Day, and everybody should be recycling anyway. I mean, I know a lot of people who sort of don't. I know you're paying extra at your house to recycle stuff, and you don't recycle at your house.
I have an empty house.
You have to take it
that I was still paying for
Yes.
recycling for no reason.
That comes out to about $6 a month. I think that's what it is.
No, I think it's like $3.48 a month.
Oh, well, that's because they
Unless
don't
it went
recycle
up.
anything.
Unless it went
I
up.
think they did.
I quit paying it.
Who knows?
Now, the thing is, though, when glass recycling does officially become a reality in Las Cruces, you will not be able to put your glass inside the blue recycle containers that you put your newspapers, cardboard, and plastics in.
Totally different
Glass
company.
has to come in a completely different container. So,
Well, you have to go to a site to recycle it.
Yes. There's no
We're just
curbside
letting you know.
recycling. Unlike progressive cities like Santa Monica and other towns where they have maybe 3 or 4 bins that you set out in front of your house that contain everything that needs to be recycled, we're not going to have that here.
There's more people who live in Santa Monica than in Las Cruces, so. I mean, most other cities do have a lot of recycling, but we are not a very big city. Everybody wants us to be like bigger cities. We're not a big city.
No.
Give
Plus-
us a break.
well-
Break your glass with us.
Plus, we're in New Mexico, so we're always behind the times anyway.
Well, we were, what are we, the 47th state to become a state? Something like that, 46? So we're behind.
Look how behind we
there.
were on things like that.
Yeah, oh yeah.
We were territory for
We didn't have
a
too
long
many
time.
people, so we're getting started. You know what I hate? When people come and say, well, the way we did things in so-and-so. I won't
In
name
my
it.
day.
Remember when we were in the cable commission, everybody said, well, in Minnesota or Michigan, we always did this.
Yes.
People are still saying that, like Topeka, things like that. The way we did things in Topeka.
Yeah, and the way they did things in China were completely different.
Yes, so when we move to China, it'll be different. You know what kind of restaurants are prevalent in China?
Pizza.
Yes. Yeah, that's right.
Pizza, that's where Marco Polo found pizza, right?
Yeah, he did.
China.
He did.
And pizza, that's high.
Use
food.
your noodle. Think about it. Yes.
Marco.
Oh.
Okay.
Anyway,
Let's take
we're
a
about
break.
to take a break because we winding up. What is that? What is that?
Let's
The
take a break
worm?
right now, and we'll
Is
be
that
back
a worm moving
in
around?
a few minutes after these words.
This means wind it up. In case you guys who aren't on TV.
Want to be the Women's Club, located away from the crowds but close to home. Come in throughout the day for Jazzercise, the world's dance fitness leader for nearly 40 years. Treat yourself to a relaxing massage, or unwind in the lounge area or outside on the balcony with friends. La Buena Vida Women's Club, located and designed with women in mind. For information, call Diane at 650-9721.
Hey, you, come here. Do you want to know the news? The Las Cruces channel is now on 7 days a week, so keep it right here.
Celebrate, celebrate, Fiesta Motors.
Come and see us today and discover why our service is second to none. In business for over 17 years, we have the right car for you. When you buy a vehicle from Fiesta Motors, we do everything possible to ensure your satisfaction. Located at the corner of El Paseo and Main. See you there.
Celebrate, Fiesta Motors, where buying a car is always a celebration.
And we're back here to Double Talk,
Our television station.
Channel 98.
We want to talk about, there are plans afoot to start an independent public radio station that's independent of KRWG, and it sounds interesting. It's being started by
The Environmental Center.
Kevin Bixby of the SWEC. Speaking of Earth Day, he's big in Earth Day, Southwest Environmental Center, and he feels that there should be more public local information and people able to talk about the city. So I think they are having meetings, getting it together. They're supposed to have a 100-watt transmitter. 100 watts. If you've looked at your strong light bulbs, that's 100 watts.
Not a lot of power.
So their expenses should be very small because you pay by the kilowatt hour, and 100 watts,
They still have to have a license from the FCC.
They do, and they will be working on that. And they want to get one. It seems that the frequency they wanted is taken by somebody else.
10 something.
1.3 or something. Anyway, so they're working on it. It should be fun. We'll let you in on what's happening with it as it happens.
They're looking for volunteers who want to get involved in a free radio station.
Yes.
People who might have opinions, want to have a show, want to help out in some way.
And
I'm betting there'll be a lot of segments on the environment.
Environmental things, yes. People talking about nature. But there are a lot of people like Peter Goodman could talk on that. He used to be talking on Keith Welpley's show. You were on that show.
Yeah, he was on KOBE.
He could be on there. There's a lot of people who are experts in stuff here.
There's also
like Mark and I are experts.
Right. We give our learned opinions.
We do.
And there's going to be music programmed.
But not classical music, he said. They said, we said we would do a show. I said we would do a show for them, and we promised not to do classical music or anything at all classy.
It's never stopped us before.
He took us at our word. He knows it.
Well, it'd be nice to have a station that plays music that nobody else plays.
Anybody could do that because nobody plays a lot of music here. What do we do? My favorites, Captain Beefheart, the Stooges, weird things like that.
We've got 3 or 4 oldie stations, so we certainly don't need that anymore.
No, we don't.
The University Crux is an alternative music station.
They
like
have
that.
Really good stuff.
And so you'll hear one thing there you've never heard before, and you'll never hear it again.
You'll hear, yeah. Well, actually, some things are replayed, and there's some great music. Happy is still the top song. Happy by Pharrell.
Yes, from the movie.
I love that song. That's a good song.
What movie is that from?
I don't know, Frozen.
Frozen, yeah.
Is that it? I don't
think
think
so.
it's Frozen. Might be
You think it
something
would be
else.
from Happy
Hey
Feet.
kids, where's Happy from? Nobody knows here. Pharrell, what is the song Happy from?
Despicable.
Despicable? Me? Number 2?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Despicable 2?
That makes sense. There is a famous song from Frozen.
Oh, yeah.
People say that really drives them nuts.
Okay.
What's the name of that song?
Let it go.
Let It Go.
Say it, Monica.
We did see that show, and
I didn't see Frozen.
Let It Go, Let It Go.
One with the wind and starlight.
Okay.
Let it
Oh,
go.
you want to get up here? Anyway, we're going to keep going. Speaking about things that have closed down or should be closed down, singing. You were by the restaurant known as, it was a Cuban Italian place. I think it was called Arabella's. It wasn't around too long. It was in the space that Lorenzo's
No
was
one
in.
really knew they were there because they never bothered to advertise or do any sort of public outreach to let people
Well,
know.
word of mouth, and
They were open.
The word of mouth, I guess, was so-so, and so that's what happened to them. They are now available for rent. For the next restaurant that wants to go in, if you can come up with a creative country that we don't have cuisine from, like
Right.
Ethiopia,
Sure, I like a good Ethiopian restaurant. Antarctica,
Monte Carlo, Antarctica. You only get frozen foods there.
snow cones.
No, but
Yeah.
snow cones and frozen food.
Penguin steaks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
penguin latkes. No,
And penguin lengua.
penguin lingua.
Yeah.
Ooh, sounds good.
We could, so unfortunately,
Penguin-
Arabella's is gone. We talk about food and restaurants here on this show quite often. Arabella's is gone.
You know, I was just reading the Denver, here, once again, I say, I hate when people talk about other cities. The Denver magazine was talking about the 10 best restaurants that just opened there in 2013.
Yeah.
There are 10, and they sounded really
10 great
good.
ones.
10 new great restaurants. What new stuff do we have here? You know, the Saratoga Room, which was not a restaurant, which was Vince's
Vaccaro
his
of Lorenzo's.
extension of Lorenzo's. His ended because everybody thought it no longer existed because Schlotsky's went in there. And then what he's going to do, and this should be interesting, so keep your ears open, he's going to be doing wine tastings in oddly chosen places. So that should be fun. And we look forward to seeing what his ideas are there.
Speaking of wine again.
Wine.
Well,
What
now,
else you got?
this
What's that?
the past week, an employee of McDonald's down in Anthony was walking home from work
Oh, you pick
After-
up the tastiest stories.
after his shift, and someone jumped out with a knife and stabbed the poor kid to death. To death.
Yes. But why would that happen? You got to be targeted. You
Nobody
don't just
knows.
stab somebody. Perhaps he didn't give him enough ketchup.
Well-
You don't know. McDonald's does a lot to piss off people, I guess, because there's so many of them. Something's bound to go wrong.
Well, I once started a grease fire in McDonald's.
On purpose?
I threw a match on the cook's hair.
You should be arrested.
Yeah, and
Should be.
so
I'll give you his phone number.
well, there was a random stabbing in Chaparral not too long ago too. It could be the same people. Anyway, the kid was stabbed to death, and they're trying to find out who did it.
That's a really nice picture.
It was
of
at
him.
night.
Yeah.
And
he
it's
was
called-
after a shift.
Anybody has any clues? Call Crime Stoppers at 800-222-TIPS. That's 800-222-TIPS.
We're just like a news channel here, aren't we? We're giving you the news, Of course, this happened a week ago, but
Yeah.
news doesn't move.
And they
too
still
quickly.
don't have any information on it.
So,
No.
if you see that knife, let us know, because that's probably not the knife that was used.
No, but it looks very similar, I'm sure.
Are you sure? Huh?
Well, the blood looks similar anyway.
The serration, you're a forensic expert. We know how big the.
Well, we
So
know the
what-
blood's a similar color.
So what did you do with that knife? Threw it in an Oreo.
I took it back to McDonald's.
Oh, yeah. They could use it. They don't even need knives at McDonald's because everything is prepackaged. Think about it.
It's true.
There's no knives at McDonald's.
There shouldn't be, should there?
No, that doesn't make sense. Anyway, that's probably not the
Well,
knife.
there's no meat there. What do you have to cut?
This soy protein. What else? Oh, so what are we bemoaning?
Well,
I thought we were going to bemoan the fact that we don't have any new restaurants.
we're always bemoaning that fact. Anytime we get a new restaurant, it's either a Mexican restaurant or a steakhouse. We have plenty of those.
Yes. What are the new ones? Oh, the Pueblo. Isn't that what you wanted to talk about last week?
That's a Mexican restaurant.
That's
It's
been
open.
around for six
But they make their own stuff there. They make their own tortillas. They make their own sauces there, and I'm looking forward to trying it. Hopefully, I'll try it in the next week or so. And
My
report
favorite
back.
restaurant went up in their menu, but they're still
Ciro's?
my favorite. Ciro's, yes, their prices went up. But it's been a long time since they've changed
Mm.
their prices. In fact, ever since I started going there, perhaps 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
And well, I still like Miguel's on Loma.
I like Miguel's.
Or Amador.
Yeah. Oh, we should keep moving along here. I can't read your writing.
Anyway, a deputy was
Deputy.
charged. We've all heard the story.
Here
I
comes
think.
that car.
Two deputy officers were racing to Interstate 10 because they had a report of a car that was used in an abduction, a child abuse case. And two officers were racing there in two separate cars. The female officer, she's only 22 years old, and her name was Eden Terrazas. She was trying to keep up with the deputy in the car in front of her.
Really?
At speeds of up to 114 miles per hour. She lost control. It was more than she could handle.
114 is
She lost
not easy.
control of her car, went off the road, knocked down a sign, and unfortunately there was a woman pedestrian walking down the side of the road. She hit the poor woman and killed her.
At 114 miles an hour,
Yeah.
that would do that. Mm-hmm. So this is also a week old.
So
but
she-
you're very concerned about these
Well,
things.
they finally got around to charging the officer in that deadly crash with vehicular homicide, I think. The relatives have already indicated a tort claim against the county, that they intend to sue the county for her untimely death, and I'm sure that will come to pass.
That's what we have insurance for, don't we?
So,
But
yes.
you can't give somebody back their life. But 114 miles an hour, that's a little crazy.
That's a little excessive.
That's a little crazy.
Yes. And so...
Anyway, what else happened
She
with
probably
cops?
told that she has to resign from the sheriff's office. They don't like to fire people here, because once you're fired, it's hard to get a job elsewhere. So they tell you to quit. That way you can go to someplace like the Mesilla Marshal's office. They'll hire
Especially
you
at
there.
22. How's the Mesilla Marshal's office doing? That's a favorite place for you.
Well, you know, we have
To
yet
talk about, not for you
we
to
have
be.
yet to even see the picture of the marshal who's been hired. I don't know what he's hiding from, what he has to hide. Maybe he also is a convicted felon like some of the other marshals they've had there.
Oh, who knows?
We'd
At
like
least
to
we
find these
stay-
things out.
Who's this Las Cruces Police Department detective pleading guilty to civil rights? What was that about?
Well, yes, he was assigned to mentor high school students who might have an interest in a law enforcement career.
Oh, and
he had a young 17-year-old girl in his car, and he made sexual advances toward her, and actually was guilty of sexual assault with her. They're calling it a civil rights violation, because I guess she was 17 years old and of age, but apparently it was against her will. And
Civil rights? That's
yes,
something like that.
And so now he's looking at
he's
9
guilty.
years in prison.
Which turns out to be 4.5. Probably.
And you know what happens to police officers in prison?
You know what?
The worst things possible.
Oh.
And who can blame that for happening?
Well, let's go to something that we can give a better appraisal of.
Such as?
Well, Glenn Cutter does this regularly. They do a free jewelry, I think it's free jewelry appraisal. So if you have jewelry that you're curious about whether you should get insurance for or whether you should bother trying to sell it.
Now they buy used jewelry too, don't they?
They do. They
So
look at stuff
isn't
and
there
see
a
if they
conflict
want
of interest? They tell you, they give you a low appraisal rate and you sell it for that
it.
amount?
You could get an independent appraisal if there's a chance. If it's for free, you get an idea of what it's worth and you can keep going for it. But that would be on April 29th. So
April
that's
29th.
coming up. Also coming up this weekend, which is still here, the Misanthrope is at the
It's a play at the university.
Yes.
A French play by Moliere. Should be
Old
interesting.
French. It is very funny.
I understand it's well done. The costumes are really great. The set's great. And I'm kind of looking forward to seeing that one.
It should be very good. And opening, what opened last night was Murderers at the Black Box Theater.
Downtown
And
Las
so that'll be
Cruces.
running for the next 3 weeks.
Next 3 weeks.
That should be pretty funny. And we should be too, but unfortunately it doesn't always
Well,
happen.
you know, what should be
Anyway,
and what should not be is to
I think we're about done with our show.
Are we?
Yes, because I have no more script left.
Oh,
The
okay.
script is over. Where'd the script go?
Well, I quit writing
There's
it.
no script.
So-
yeah, about 4 years ago.
So with that, we're going to say good night and good day
And good
and
afternoon.
goodbye.
See you
Thanks
later.
for joining us right here on Double Talk.